morning, everyone. We are from the PBL group RKS 508, and we are here to present our final project. The topic is vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. For this project, this project is part of our project-based learning activity focusing on penetration testing using the PTES methodology. We were directly supervised by Mr. Anthony Aikal, SST MT. Next. Before we begin, allow us to introduce our team. My name is Christian Barnes, and I am serving as the team leader, and this is our team members. Next. This project has been our hands-on journey into cybersecurity. By applying the PTES method, we conducted real penetration testing to turn theoretical knowledge into practical skills. Our goal was to enhance our technical abilities and create a useful reference for understanding ethical hacking practice. Next.
This is the background of our project. With the rapid increase of development of information technology has increased cybersecurity risk. So we need to do penetration testing because penetration testing is a simulate of real world threat to check the security of a website. This project-based learning implements penetration testing using PTES with OWASP WSDG as a supporting security testing guideline. Theoretical based penetration testing simulates real-world attacks to identify vulnerabilities. And in this project, we use a black box approach. PTES provides a structured analytical framework for penetration testing, while OWASP WSTG version 4.1 offers standardized technical guidance and security testing checklist. This is the methodology we use. Like I said before, we use PTES, but we don't fully use the PTES. We don't use the threat modeling. We only use the 6 steps like pre-engagement, intelligence gathering, vulnerability analysis, exploitation phase, post-exploitation actions, and comprehensive reporting.
These are the tools we use during penetration testing, from information gathering, scanning, vulnerability assessment, and exploitation tools. Next.
So for our first result, it is session hijacking from Heartbleed OpenSSL vulnerability. The server is running a vulnerable version of OpenSSL susceptible to Heartbleed bug. This vulnerability allows attackers to read up to 64 kilobytes of server memory per heartbeat request. This leaked memory frequently contains sensitive information recently processed by the server, including user session tokens, login credentials, and internal data. The CVSS score is 8.1 and categorized as high. Next.
And the next result is XML RPC authentication rate limiting bypass via system multi-call. So this is a vulnerability where the website does do a rate limiting, where if you 3 errors, then the next one will be blocked for 20 minutes, but you can bypass it with a method that the XML RPC system allows, which is system.multicall, and the CVSS score is 5.5, which is medium.
The next result is XML RPC method enumeration enabled. Improper enforcement of authentication rate limiting allows attackers to bypass brute force protection mechanisms by abusing the XML RPC system multi-call functionality. The CVSS score is 6.9, categorized as medium. Next. Continuing on, It is insecure direct object reference, or for short IDOR, vulnerability that occurs when an application allows users to access or modify objects such as user data or records directly through parameters without proper authorization checks. As a result, an attacker can manipulate object identifiers to gain unauthorized access to sensitive information belonging to other users. The CVSS score is 7.5 or high and 5.3 or medium. Next.
This security filter bypass via head traversal encoding occurs when attackers use coded traversal sequence to evade security filters. They only check raw input. Next. Information disclosure, also known as information leakage, is when a website unintentionally reveals sensitive information to its user. Depending on the context, websites may leak all kinds of information to potential attackers. Next. XSS or cross-site scripting. This vulnerability allows an attacker to interfere with the functionality of a web application and gain control over it. With XSS, attackers can pretend to be the user, perform any action the user can do, and access the user's data. Next.
And this is our progress, which is has reaches 100% overall. Next. And this is our logbook, starting from pre-engagement, information gathering, vulnerability analysis, and exploitation finding and target exploitation, and then for exploitation reporting and post engagement. Next. And this is our part of duty, our job. Next.
The constraint for my PBL team, maybe we forgot IP blockade caused by the target protections, such as a CDN, WAF application firewall, and boot protections. Next. Okay, that's all for our presentations. Thank you for